Welcome everybody to the Cast from the Coast, the live roundtable episode for February the 11th. And what the fuck are you guys doing? Just kind of lounging.
What?
Just chilling.
Just taking a cedar,
Relax a cedar.
Taking a chill.
Wow. Okay.
Just getting all excited for the show.
All excited for the show. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. So, my name is Adam Miles, and I'm joined as always by Tim Johnson and Josh Lambert. And how the hell are you guys?
Good.
Excellent. It's been some good news.
Sensational.
It's been some good news in the horror-verse this week. Interesting shit's come up, so we got a little bit to talk about tonight, guys.
I guess.
Tim, you're always so fucking excited. It's great. All right. You guys just want to jump into topics or what? Fuck
yeah.
What do you got?
Let's do it. First topic. Let's go.
This past week, Lock and Key has premiered on Netflix.
Next topic. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to sip my fucking drink and you guys can take this one. Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Lock and Key premiered on Netflix. And two quite good reviews. Everybody's been praising it up. Have you guys watched?
I know Josh has.
Yeah.
I'm 3 episodes in, I think.
It's not so shabby so far. I mean, I was excited to watch this one to begin with because it was filmed down in like Lunenburg and Yarmouth area. So it's like,
yep.
I was excited. And I did actually read the comics way back when. I did. The old the Joe Hill comics. Yes, I did. Yeah, actually, I just missed the last 2. I didn't finish the last 2 of the comic series. But the comics were pretty good.
I don't know if I believe you.
You don't have to believe me, Josh.
I guess it has quite a cult following, and they tried to launch it up a few times in miniseries and movies and stuff, and it flopped a couple times. This is the first real success they've had with turning the property into a film or a series.
Yeah, it is an oddball thing, like it really has been. So, I mean, ever since I've started to discuss putting this to, film, I've always questioned how they do certain things. And so far, I mean, I'm only 1.5 episodes in. I literally had to stop in the middle of the second episode for a couple things, and it's cool how they're pulling off some of the work with the keys and what they actually accomplish, and the character from the Wells turned out pretty good. So it's not bad so far. But it's getting a lot of local praise once again because, I mean, it was filmed down in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. So it's like all over the newspapers and shit that this has come out, and it's good. It's giving it a boost because not only is it giving it a boost to, Netflix properties and just going to give us more shit coming in the future, but it gives Nova Scotia film industry, a little bit of a kick jump too. You know what I mean? Like it's good that way. So what?
Well, Nova Scotia had a really bad few years of film with all the bad PR we had when certain governments removed some funding, right? So
they took our fucking tax credit.
Well, yeah, it's nice to see some of the film industry coming back to Nova Scotia.
Bitch ass fucking government. That's all I'm gonna say. So what do you think of it so far, though, Josh?
I like it. It's very PG-13. Like, there's no cursing, there's no, like, extreme gore. It's just kind of... It's a neat series.
Modern day PG-13. Because if it was, like, 1980s PG-13, there would have at least been 3 F-bombs, and somebody would have been called the C-word by now.
Yeah, no, it's pretty... It's, where'd your Tim go? It's a pretty relaxed series.
I was just trying to figure out what the fuck Tim's doing. He was like back on.
He just doesn't have anything to add to the conversation, I guess.
No, because I haven't watched it yet. And,
earmuffs.
I wasn't planning on watching it because I don't know anything about it. It sounded dumb, and then Josh kept fucking insisting every time I saw him. Every time.
All
2
times. All 2 times that I saw him.
No. So I was like, I'll get around to it, or what? Because he said it's a new horror show. I was like, oh, okay, or whatever, blah blah blah. And then I didn't know that Joe Hill wrote it or had I didn't know, so I was
Oh,
like,
I
fuck, I gotta watch it now.
Yeah.
So
right.
it's gonna be this weekend. I'm gonna
just
watch it.
binge right through it.
How many episodes is it? Do you
I
guys
think there's
know?
Probably
it's-
like 10 or 12.
yeah, it's like 10
maybe.
episodes.
And it was all uploaded to
Yeah, it's all
Netflix.
it's all available.
Yep. One shot go.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah, so far recommended. Check it out, people. Support Nova Scotia Films, and this is the kind of shit that we need anyway, because Netflix, in the original days of Netflix trying to pump out original properties, everybody's kind of like, I don't know. What the fuck is Netflix going to do, and what kind of a budget they got? Now look at the shit that we got. So it's...
Now they're a fucking giant when it comes to new content.
Absolutely. They're trying to get their fucking name out there for shit like Oscar contention and shit all over the place, right? It's crazy, the shit that they're pumping out, so that's good. But you know what? Talking about Netflix, let's jump on to the next topic.
Netflix.
Resident Evil, the series for Netflix. This has come back up in the news, in the media, because a couple of inside sources have leaked information as to the details surrounding it. So it's 100% in the works. We all know that it's been, rumored forever, but there was actually a leak from Netflix Media Center that said, Resident Evil, the town of Clearfield, Maryland, has long stood in the shadow of three seemingly unrelated behemoths: the Umbrella Corporation, the decommissioned Greenwood Asylum, and Washington, D.C. Today, 26 years after the discovery of the T-virus, secrets held by the three will start to be revealed at the first signs of an outbreak.
What?
Yeah, so that's a description for the series that somebody found, basically running through like the cache and code on like Netflix sites and shit.
So I'm assuming it follows a new canon that follows like the video games more so than the movie series. So it's 20 years after Raccoon City.
Sounds like it's about 20 years after Raccoon City.
Yeah, so it would be safe to say that it would follow the video game canon as opposed to the weird all over the place movie canon. So
well, even the fucking video game canon is fucking insane.
It is.
It is, yeah. But it seems like in recent years, specifically when they started remaking them all for this current generation, it seems like they streamlined a lot of the details, so they all do feel like the same universe now.
Yeah.
So
I didn't find that it really went off kilter too badly. Like when you got into the whole idea of the characters, trotting all over the globe trying to help with the outbreak and shit like this, it was interesting. Part 5 was one of my favorite of the series. I liked it better than part 4, to be honest.
Shut your mouth.
What?
Shut your whore mouth. Part 4 is a fucking classic.
It is.
Yeah.
I just found that they took 4.
I found 5.
I found that they took 4 and they
I
improved
didn't
it.
finish 5. 5 is the only Resident Evil game I
I
didn't
never
finish.
finished 6.
Same.
6 was the one I didn't finish. I've beat them all off.
Yeah, 6 was kind of lame
6.
too. But 7, my boys, 7.
Oh, 7.
7 is amazing.
On the VR.
And they got all the leaks on part 8.
Did you play it VR, Josh?
Yes!
Wasn't that the best fucking horror experience
I had
ever?
to turn it off. So, you remember like the first part when you're playing and you're like the trudging through water and then the body fucking floats up in front of you? I had to turn it off. I was like, no, I can't do this right now.
The part that got me, and it'll always stick with me, is when you just let out Mia out of the cage and you're following her, and then all of a sudden she fucking disappears, and you go up to the top of the steps.
Yeah.
And you keep hearing banging on the door when you're like, and so you walk back, you open the door closes behind you, it's all dark, and all you can hear is, and I'm like, where the fuck is that coming from? And then she just runs up and throws you. I fell, like in real life. Yeah. I fell down, and I was like, oh my god.
It was good shit. Yeah, when we got it, my son beat it in VR too. And he loves the game so much, he started doing like what do you want to call them? Quick runs through the game. Speed runs.
Speed runs. Yeah.
He's got it down to like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Whole game start to finish. He's got like all this extra shit that they keep throwing at you, like in your box, like your extra goods the next time you play it again.
That's the replay value of Resident Evil games. It's been since the first one. It's always been if you can beat it without using any like the high-powered weapons, or beat it without saving, or beat it really quick. That's how you get all like the cool infinity ammo bazookas and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's got some cool weapons now. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I got us a new weapon." I'm like, "Oh, goody! Now I get the new weapon." You go ahead and play the game and just do your shit, and I'll get it. That's fun. Nice. So Netflix. Resident Evil, more and more, it's coming to fruition. I mean, like I said, they've actually been producing information about what the series is going to be. So I'm intrigued because they're talking about even rebooting the movie series now, and I don't know how that's going to go because Paul Anderson's a bit of a weird guy. And even, what was it? I seen an article yesterday that was like Mila Jovovich saying she would rather them reboot something like Fifth Element because she thinks that Resident Evil, the movie series, is fine the way it is. And I'm like, I like you, Mila, but sit down for a second. Like, no.
I never even understood why they had to invent Mila's character in the movie.
No.
Like, you have a ton of content to pull from.
Absolute shit ton of content.
I like... The thing that I liked about her character, though, was that, like, it kept the movies and video games separate. Like,
Yeah.
The first one specifically, like, it just felt like another chapter in the Resident Evil lore. You know what I mean? So, but, I don't know.
But you had her at the stand-in for Jill.
She kind of got fucking OP at the end there.
Well,
psychic powers.
100%. She was literally a god character at that point. Yeah. All right, Resident Evil, you're going back. We're gonna talk about you when you actually come out, I guess. Josh, you've been watching this show, The October Faction.
I watched 2 episodes. I don't know how I feel about it.
Apparently, this is based on a graphic
cheesy.
novel series too, like Lock and Key and stuff like that, and the Umbrella Academy.
Did you
and
read that one?
No, I didn't. I had no fucking clue this thing existed. It appeared in my Netflix feed, and I was like, yeah, it's got October in the name. It's got monsters. I'll add it to the watch list.
Do you know what the premise is?
Something to do with like a Men in Black type of fucking agency with these parents that are killing.
Just like a Men in Black secret organization that like hunt demons, hunt monsters. So I don't know. I'm 2 episodes in. Again, it's seems kind of PG-13. Like there's no cursing. It's kind of lame. But every horror show can't be dropping F-bombs and ripping people open, I guess.
But the best ones do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Tim, have you seen this one or heard anything about this one?
Nope. Next topic.
Next topic. Okay, guys. We will move on to the next topic. This one is a fucking awesome topic. Sam Raimi is back in the Marvel Universe. There's 2 things that we're going to talk about here. But first and foremost, Sam Raimi has been tapped to direct the new Doctor Strange movie.
I heard about that.
That's awesome. Me and Tim were talking about this the other night because Sam Raimi, I mean, he's absolutely modern day horror master. There's no 2 ways about it. And the rumors were coming up that the new Doctor Strange movie, the multiverse movie, is going to have some horror type of elements. It's going to have like some scare type elements to it and stuff. And you know, what was it you said the other night, Tim? It was almost like Marvel saying, whoa, like, we like horror, people, you know? Like...
No, okay, so the original director of Doctor Strange and then Doctor Strange 2 had apparently creative differences with Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios. And a lot of people basically started, you know, putting 2 and 2 together and basically said that Marvel didn't want to go as scary as... I can't remember his name from the top of my head. Scott something.
Yeah.
didn't want to go as scary as he wanted to go. Like apparently he wanted to get like right Cthulhu with it and like, you know, start doing like, you know, some more intense horror type elements. So, you know, nothing really came out about their creative differences. So people just started saying that they were scared of doing horror. But then them hiring Sam Raimi to do fun horror
Slapstick, yeah.
was kind of their way of saying, well, a lot of people are saying it was their way of saying, hey, we like horror, we still want to do horror, we're hiring a horror icon director. And the cool thing is, besides Sam Raimi, is, you know, fucking Bruce Campbell's going to be in it.
He's going to be in it.
Right? Which is awesome. And fucking, you know, Sam Raimi's brother's going to be in it. Like, at least cameos, right? The cool thing is, like Adam said, it's him coming back to the Marvel universe, you know, because, you know, Spider-Man and stuff. That now that Raimi's part of it, like, this kind of, like, opens up. Like, he's the first real big-name director to direct a Marvel movie. Like, big-name director, iconic director to ever direct a Marvel movie. Everybody's either been, like, kind of unknown or, you know, just not really big directors. So with Sam Raimi doing this, it's kind of like, hey, that means we might get more directors, big-name directors doing these movies. And I don't know, man. It kind of opens up this whole new fucking door to, you know, they're going to be doing working on Spider-Man 3. Very soon. Some people are saying that because this is the multiverse of madness, Tobey Maguire might show up as his Spider-Man from another multiverse, right? Like, it's fucking cool. I'm really excited.
So I'm very ignorant when it comes to new Marvel content. Doctor Strange, like, what's his whole ability? He can, like, rift through time and stuff, or what?
He's got one of the fucking Infinity Stones. Yeah.
Which allows him to, like, open rifts of multiverses and stuff.
Yeah. He's the big head honcho when it comes to fucking wizards. I don't know what they fucking call them in this. Mystics.
Well, that's what Thor calls them. Like, he just calls them wizards. Right.
Sure.
But yeah, he's pretty.
He's basically he's a protector of the realm. Earth being one of the realms in the you know, cosmic universe of everything that's magical, I guess. He's like the main protector of the realm, and he has the time stone, so he can do things like reset time and open up like time gaps, and that's the whole idea behind the multiverse, is that he could technically have jumped into another timeline at any point if he does things.
Fuck, wouldn't it be something to see him come into a timeline with Ash?
Fuck, that'd be funny as shit. That would be.
Even just like a post-apocalyptic world, and you see like the classic in the background, the old Oldsmobile.
He's jumping through fucking multiverse timelines.
The Oldsmobile will definitely be.
It will be in it, definitely.
All right.
You know that's the car Sam Raimi lost his virginity in, right?
Yes, that's funny.
That's why he feels the need to put it in every film, even though it's derelict and it doesn't run.
That's hilarious.
Well, yeah, it's his good luck charm, is what he said.
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious, is what it is. But I mean, this opens up a lot more too, because more and more there were pictures that were released on set of some reshoots for Morbius that showed some more Spider-Man stuff coming from it, and the way that it's talking about Spider-Man it's almost like there's one thing that was tagged and was like, you know, where is Spider-Man now? You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, the world's questioning it, and it's like headlines in newspapers and shit like this. So it's like, at one point we see like a picture of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, then we're talking about like a Spider-Man that's kind of disappeared off the face of the earth for now, and it's like, where does this fit in? And are they really bringing all this together? Because there's also talks about Venom 2 having something to do with Spider-Man in it. Not necessarily that he's going to full out be in the movie.
Okay. Let me qualm your questions here. The Venom universe this is how they're going to tie it all into the MCU, because the Venom universe is still owned by Sony, so it's more or less Sony calling the shots. This pocket, this Venom universe, takes place in the 5 years during the Infinity War, where everybody's gone, and like that's why Spider-Man isn't there. Now, the Morbius stuff is like after Endgame. The Far From Home, because of the whole Spider-Man murderer
okay.
tagged picture or whatever. Yeah, so they definitely have a place to, put all this stuff.
That's cool.
I don't know. Sam Raimi should just keep doing horror. They keep distracting him with these other projects to try to make him money.
The other thing is, and that'll be the second topic that we can talk about here for a moment with Sam Raimi. So Sam Raimi's also being tapped to direct a new horror movie from the writers of Freddy vs. Jason. Now, that doesn't sound like a whole hell of a lot of a good thing, but the details of it are being put out there as Misery meets Castaway, is how he's describing the movie at this point. So, I mean, take from it what you will, but he is getting into more horror, plus there's, horror elements of the other stuff that he's doing, but that'll all play well, because he comes out with a new Marvel movie. People are going to rush to theaters to see his other movie. It just means that people are going to invest money into him putting out theatrical releases now again, and we're going to get more.
Well, because once you do a movie for Marvel, that the paychecks are just so big, he's going to do whatever the Marvel properties want him to do.
Maybe, but I mean, he's already tapped for this other one, so you never know. It'll help out. Yeah. It's kind of like what James Gunn did with Guardians of the Galaxy. He went out and he produced like Belko Experiment and a bunch of other movies, after Guardians of the Galaxy became popular, and they blew up in popularity. People were seeing them in theaters and stuff, so it's good.
Give me this decade's Drag Me to Hell. That's what I want.
Drag Me to Hell. All right, Sam Raimi, we can't wait to see more from you, but we're going to move on conversation. So next, Spiral from the Book of Saw. Did you guys see the trailer?
No. What is it?
No.
Really? I'm the only one who watched the fucking trailer?
You usually are.
So, you guys have obviously seen all the Saw movies up to date, right?
Yes.
With Saw.
Fuck off, Tim.
Fuck off.
So this is the one that was being written and produced by Chris Rock. People kind of laughed about it, but then then you look at what happened with Halloween. It was another comedic actor that fucking wrote and produced that one too, right? So people started to give it, after Halloween, people started to give it a little bit more thought. So the trailer got released, and I'm watching it, and it really does have a vibe of the original Saw. It all focuses around a detective played by Chris Rock, who's on the hunt for this murderer, the serial killer, that's using Jigsaw's, MO, basically. And at one point...
So does it take place in the same
universe? It is 100% in the same universe. The actual movie's title... title is Spiral from the Book of Saw. And it's got John Kramer's voice, Tobin Bell. It's got his fucking voice as the character, on the tapes and everything. Like, somebody has been recreating Jigsaw's legacy, and this is continuing. So, but the thing is that the trailer, once again, feels very much so like Saw 1. Only if, it was made brand new today. So, when you watch it, it really comes across to me as to how people were saying that it was a reboot or a remake originally, the idea. It seems more like it's just a soft reboot. So they're taking, like what they do where it's years later something's kicked off again. And it's not that it's rebooting the whole universe and the previous incidents never happened. It's shit starting again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it says right in the trailer, new chapter.
Exactly. But the feel of it is what I'm talking about. It's continuation.
No, but what I'm saying is it's a new chapter in the Book of Saw.
Yeah, it's just a new Saw movie.
Yeah.
Saw 9 or whatever the fuck it is now.
Much. But one of the coolest parts of the trailer was actually it shows Chris Rock tied up, shackled up in a fucking old bathroom, and he picks up a fucking saw right beside his leg and he starts looking at it. Like, straight out of the first fucking movie at that point, right? Like, it's gone back old school, which is really kind of cool. But
I kind of want to just see comedic Chris Rock in a Saw movie.
Well, it's probably what you're going to get. His character's probably going to be a little bit of a comedic asshole.
Well, okay, so I just watched the trailer.
Good. Okay.
It looks. I'm intrigued, because that last fucking Saw movie
Jigsaw
sucked.
did suck. It wasn't
Jigsaw?
good.
Jigsaw sucked.
No.
It didn't need to be made. But what the vibe I'm getting from this after, like, just watch it, unadulterated, pure Tim opinion. It looks like they're taking the fucking content serious.
Yeah, like it's a serious
Like
push.
Chris Rock's in it, fucking Sam Jackson's in it. Like, what? Now, I wonder if Sam Jackson is the fucking killer.
That'd be pretty fucking cool, actually.
He's calling it now, folks.
Yeah, I'm calling it now. That's like
Tired of these motherfucking
if
games.
they're gonna do a whole switcheroo, like how Tobin Bell was the killer in the first one. You know what I mean? Like
Shawnee Smith as Amanda as his apprentice starting in the second one that you find out and shit like that. So. Because the one thing I actually did like about the Saw series, even though it kind of went off the rails later on, was I did like the idea that he was having an impact on people and they felt that it was almost like a legacy that they had to continue.
You felt that it went off the rails? I just feel the only shitty one was Jigsaw.
That's pretty much what I mean. Like, by the time that it was over, it was just a cash grab with Jigsaw and shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the biggest mistake they made in this story was fucking killing John Kramer.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that was fucking dumb. Like, because now it's like, okay, so one movie, you're edgy, he dies, but then you're like, oh, fuck, we want to make more, what are we going to do?
Yeah, true.
Right?
That was his twin! Ha-ha! Gotcha!
Well, yeah. Well, there was one poster, I think it was for Saw 5, where the poster was the killer wearing John Kramer's face, and I was like, that would be amazing.
That was a good poster. It had like the leather straps and shit.
Leather face kind of idea.
I like that poster.
That would have been cool. But no.
But I did like there was in one of them, I think it was in 6 or 7, one of the two. At the very near the end, you had like Carrie Elways came back, and it was like all of the people that had been like victimized by Jigsaw. And they were all like this cult, and they were like beating the shit out of somebody and stuff. They were a support group, basically. It was great. So, but it looks good. So,
yeah,
I think it'll be fun. Next topic. Jennifer Tilly has now officially stated that she's involved with Don Mancini's Child's Play television series for Sci-Fi.
Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be? Like,
what is she doing?
No, think of it this way, though. I know, and this isn't, Adam, you're dumb for bringing this up. It's not that, okay? It's not that. But the news report, of course she is. She's always been ever since fucking Bride of Chucky, she's made at least a cameo in whatever Chucky it was. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised at all. Call to Chucky. Oh, look, there's Jennifer Tilly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I said, what else is she doing?
Yeah, winning millions at poker fucking championships.
She's not in any other movies.
No.
It's nothing.
No, but she's always had a big heart on for this series ever since she's been in it. You see her shit on social media, and it's literally her running around with Chucky and Tiffany dolls, fucking posing with them all the time, and it's great. I love Jennifer Tilly. I think it's great, but it's like, no duh, literally is what I thought too. But yeah, Tim, thank you. I'm the dumb one.
No, you were.
But I am excited.
I can't wait to talk about this.
I am excited.
Breaking news, guys.
But I am excited, and I am excited for one main reason, because this once again proves that Don Mancini's Child's Play series for Sci-Fi is going to continue in his universe, and they didn't make him reboot it, or they didn't make him really change anything. He is artistically going to continue his vision,
which is amazing. After watching the reboot, I didn't hate it, guys. I didn't hate the new one.
I
But I didn't look at it like it was fucking child's
yeah, I
play.
haven't even seen it yet.
It's okay. Like it's okay. Mark Hamill was actually pretty good. Like I don't know. I didn't doubt Mark Hamill, and Aubrey Plaza was fantastic. Like it was good. I didn't hate it. But I think I went into it knowing, hey, this isn't fucking child's play. This isn't Chucky.
Yeah.
This is just reimagining. And I mean, I almost feel like they should have just called it something else. Right?
No.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this show. I like where the franchise started going, especially with Cult of Chucky.
Yeah.
Was that the last one? Cult of Chucky?
Curse.
Are you sure it was Curse or Cult? I'm positive. It's
Okay,
Cult.
no, yeah. Cult was the last one. Curse was the first one.
Yeah, how Cult ended, and like I was like, what? So now they got the perfect excuse that Chucky will never die because they're able to fucking. Yeah, I loved it. What are you snubbing your nose for, Josh? I saw that. Don't snub your nose. Take it back.
No.
Take it back.
No. I'll give you a snub nose and a shake head.
A snub nose and a shake head. Why? Why would you do that to him?
No.
Not a fan
Of
how they did the ending of the other movies? No?
Did you even watch them?
Yeah, I watched them.
Why are you snubbing your nose at me?
Because
No fucking explanation. Just I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm just gonna razz up Tim. That's all I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about this all night.
good. I'm glad.
Nice. All right, fuck it. Yeah,
Nice.
so Jennifer Tilly in the Child's Play TV series. That's going to be great, and I can't wait to see that. Next topic. I put this one on here because I guarantee you, even though I sent it to you guys, once again, I guarantee you didn't fucking watch the trailer for it. The Witch Subversion. So this came out of fucking left field. So apparently, it premiered at like the 2018 Fantasia Film Festival as a movie called The Witch Part 1. And it was acquired for distribution in the United States like instantly. I mean, as the title would say, they got a whole bunch of other movies planned in the series, but it essentially has to do with a young girl who was adopted. They found her like near death in the woods or something like this. And as she's growing older, weird and strange people with powers start appearing in her life. And eventually everything just kind of turns upside down, and she turns out to be some sort of a fucking powerful person herself. But when I'm watching the trailer, it's like a mix between like Gesundheit. It's like a mix between like The Raid, like in terms of the action movies. Like it's a mix. It's almost like Asian action, but like gritty action, like Old Boy or The Raid meets like fucking witchcraft and like special power superhero characters. And it's pretty fucking violent looking, and I like it. There was one scene where she's like running up this hallway and she like slides, and she's got like this fucking sword or a knife that's like dragging along the wall, and there's a guy standing there and it goes like right through his fucking neck, and it's like, it's bloody and it's violent. I think it's going to be good. So I just wanted to put it out there to tell people, check out the trailer. This is the kind of thing. It's not
I'm watching
it's not
it right
a highbrow Hollywood film, but this is the kind of thing that we need to support when it comes out if it's a really good movie. Much like what we did with movies like The Raid and Old Boy and stuff.
You want to know what it is? It's a fucking live action anime.
Yeah, it really does kind of remind you of that.
I'm totally on board. Like, it looked like a really good anime. Because anime is usually like the good stuff. It's violent as fuck. You know what I mean? And this looked violent as fuck. And like, it's a little girl doing it all. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
It's funny how last week we were talking about how the influx in witch movies right now. And
yeah, exactly, right? Like, that's probably why it stood out. Like, just, you know, subconsciously why it stood out to me. It's like, oh, look.
Well, as soon as you said The Witch, I was like,
another
a sequel to The Witch?
Subversion. Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's going to be good. It's going to be good. Final topic that I have that I want to talk about
No, I don't
Yeah,
want
you
to talk
do.
about it.
You know you want
What?
to fucking talk about it.
I already nobody wants to talk about it, and I don't. I'm not interested.
I'm totally fucking interested. Texas
You just
Chainsaw
sit there and be
Massacre.
quiet.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is being rebooted yet again. However, and as much as it pains me, because this is my absolute favorite fucking movie of all time, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Fede Alvarez is producing it, and he personally hired the writers and directors for it. And it's a team effort, apparently. Ryan and Andy Tohill, or whatever. It's like a brother team or something like this. And they
Tohill.
Tohill. They did a couple short films, and one of them was called like The Dig. It was kind of interesting. The story behind it, I actually watched some of it. Story having to do with a guy who basically spends a bunch of time in jail for the murder of somebody, and when he gets out of prison, the family, or like the father of the murdered person, comes to town looking for the body, and he's like harassing him. And so to get rid of him, he literally helps him find the body of his child. Like, to help him dig for the fucking body of the child, admitting where it is. It's kind of fucking dark, but, interesting take on it. But it's written by a guy by the name of Chris Thomas Devlin. No fucking clue who this guy is. I couldn't find a fucking credit on his name for anything, so I don't know what he's doing writing this. But apparently Ryan and Andy, working on this with this Chris Thomas Devlin guy, Alvarez has openly stated, this vision is exactly what the fans want. It's violent, exciting, and so depraved it will stay with you forever.
They've done a lot, but if they're going to do a reboot, he's the man to do it.
Even if he's just producing, I'm on board. I'm okay with that.
All I ask is that it's all I ever ask is treat the material well. Like, just make sure you hire a director that's passionate about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm hesitantly, I can't speak. Hesitantly excited.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited because I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? But, like, again, I feel like I just said this about another franchise. Was their last movie sucked. Leatherface sucked. It was so
I
bad.
forget that fucking movie exists because I hated it so much.
No, you don't. You fucking cry yourself to sleep. Why'd they ruin this franchise and blah, blah, blah.
You're supposed to tell anybody, Tim.
There's been so many reboots and refreshes and sequels, and the series has longevity, that's for sure. There's lots of it.
The Platinum Dunes reboot was fucking great.
I even liked the beginning.
Yeah, I liked the two-parter. I liked it. I thought it was fucking great. It got me into Leatherface again.
Absolutely.
Guys, just in case you didn't know, fellas.
And as much as it gets hate, I liked Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was a great little... I was like, what? We're going here? We're going back to the movie? Yeah. The original right after the... Oh, it was great. I thought it was great. I love that Gunnar Hansen made his cameo in it. And, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I liked it too, so...
It was a great... But, I mean, the modern day stuff, meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, no.
It was okay. I didn't hate it, but it just... I didn't like... It felt like the whole Terminator 2 thing, where the first one, you got this fucking guy that's, like, out to kill you. And then in the second one, he befriends you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Right?
I thought it had a good twist to it, though, in that way, because, especially the ending where she's using him to her advantage, or to the family's advantage, we'll put it anyway, you know what I mean? Or helping to get kind of the family's, name back in line, I guess. So I thought it was good.
I just want to see the Stallers in their fucking depravity. Just maximize fucking... You want to just shudder when you see them. That's what I want.
I'm surprised never fucking directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Rob Zombie.
Yeah, it seems like something he'd want to do a reboot
He would
of.
totally... Like, it seems like that was kind of the kernel of inspiration for fucking House of a Thousand Corpses.
That was
like,
definitely the
100%.
inspiration. Like Tiny to me is Rob Zombie's version of Leatherface.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you've got fuck, man, you've got like a Chop Top type of character in Otis, which is funny because it's fucking same guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, no.
You forgot Bill Mosley's name there for a second, didn't you?
Bill Mosley's
Yes,
name.
you did. Yeah, it's got the same guy.
Shut up, Tim.
Who's about him?
All right, well, fuck you too. All right, Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot.
Okay.
Any idea of like timeline when it's coming out?
Let me see here.
2021.
We hear it here first, Josh. So you just
No,
Yeah.
there's no official statement on it. They're just getting rolling on it. So, all right. Well, that means open floor. Anything else you guys want to throw out there or talk about tonight?
No.
I think we wrapped that up pretty good then.
Well,
Sounds pretty good.
we watched some movies, but that's it.
yeah, I watched some movies.
Josh, you watched a very special movie.
What movie did I watch that was so special?
Weren't you getting ready for this Friday?
What's this Friday? I don't
You
remember.
Our special Friday movie.
Oh yeah, I watched that movie. That movie sucked.
What? Fuck
We
off.
can't talk about it.
That's it.
Talk
You're out of
about
the
it yet.
fucking show, you asshole.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I watched that. And I watched the other movie that we're going to review as well. So, couple horror movies watched on the old docket this week.
Yeah, that's about it for me too. But aside from horror, the other night I watched Logan's Run with my son, which is fucking horrific on its own. I really do have rose-colored glasses when I look back at watching that movie growing up, and then I realize there's a lot more tits, ass, and bush in that movie than I remember, first off. And second off, what the fuck were they on when they made that movie, man? That was fucking ridiculous. But
That's 'cause last time
LSD.
you watched it, you probably weren't watching it with your son.
no, I was watching it with my son the other night. But wow.
Did watching that make you uncomfortable? Watching it
No,
with your
not
son?
really. We were just kind of like, close your eyes.
Closing the poor kid's eyes.
Doty actually,
Didn't he learn about this shit in
he
school
learned about
yet?
this shit.
The difference between men and women and body parts and shit.
Yeah, they're
It's all
going to
nature,
health
bud.
class.
It's all
She's
nature.
going to health class. No, I've watched horror movies since I was 7. I'm good.
That's all. I think by the end of it, we're just like, nah, fuck it, just keep your eyes up. I don't give a shit. Oh well. But no, it was fucking terrible. So oh well. So that was a horrific experience this week anyway. So all right, gentlemen. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube page. Check us out on Facebook as well. Like and share out the links, and pay us a visit again here in the near future because we're going to be putting out more content. We've already got a couple of episodes in the works, review episodes, and we'll be pumping out the regular live episodes as much as we can as well. So check us out on Patreon. Open up your hearts and your wallets, and subscribe into the Patreon for us as well. And don't forget to check us out on all of the major podcasting systems that are out there, iTunes and Spotify and Google Play and everything else. So until next time. What?
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Adam, why don't you take this opportunity to promote a certain other little channel project thing?
Well, I don't know if I want
Certain
to.
someone in the group has a new project he'd like to talk about.
I didn't want to
Jeez.
talk about it, but okay, fine. So
All right,
that's all the time that
for
we
today.
have for
Wrap
tonight,
it up.
everybody.
Good night. Good night.
I will be putting out more content in association with the Misunderstood Art Company over on my own channel, the Reanimator Studios channel. I've got a couple of shows actually planned. The first one I am calling the Bargain Bin Massacre. The Bargain Bin Massacre, I'm going to have a funny take on random horror movie shit that I find, whether it's thrift store finds or Amazon Prime finds or whatever have you. I'm basically going to rip shit apart in a very interestingly comedic way, I guess. It's the best way to put it.
What else is
And
that?
I've got another show that I'm putting out called The Idle Hands of Horror. And the Idle Hands of Horror, the whole idea is that where I am an artist, an apprentice on the side, I try to keep busy. So whenever I'm working on projects like sculpting or painting some of my other work, such as my leather phases and stuff like that, I'm gonna do like some videos, some time lapses maybe of the process, or just otherwise. So just some interesting artist stuff, very much so in the vein of some of my favorite shit, which is on YouTube, such as Tim's Art Misunderstood, which he needs to put out more of.
Yeah, I'm gonna rebrand it. But thank
there
you.
Go. So yeah, I got a couple things coming out here soon too, but I might also do some horror gaming. I was thinking with that Idle Hands of Horror, it's just I wanted to kind of throw things in there that just kind of keep me busy.
Adam's Idle
Hands of Horror.
Sounds kind of creepy. Oh, I just broke my light.
That's an eventful night then. Tim broke his light. Aw, Tim.
I've had this for years.
Did it really break, or?
Yeah, no, it really broke.
Oh, that sucks. Get the super glue.
I don't know if the super glue's going to fix it.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, we're going to say goodbye for real this time. So until next time, Tim.
Good night. Stay spooky. Oh, I'm so upset.
Josh.
Join us next time where Adam wears
spooky,
a crocodile
everybody.
Dundee he got, and Tim gets a new lamp.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky. Have a good night, everybody. See you next time.
Good night.